Welcome to the Head Start Show, where I, Shivad Singh, interview the most successful and inspiring young people in the world. This is done with the aim to inspire and fuel you to take action on your dreams. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Part 1. Inspire.
I think curiosity came from trying to ask the question of things that I have surrounding me, because I really want to get like some understanding. If I see like a radio, be like, how does this like happen? How does it work? So stuff like that. I remember growing up, some of my friends were introduced to movies, so they were going up to watch like movies, and they will come during the school, tell me what movie they saw, and telling me that they saw somebody running up and down. They were able like to see them on the piece of a glass. I was like, that's really like fascinating. How does that like possible? How can you see an image of a human into like a piece of a glass? So that trying to find the answers, really, that's what accelerated my curiosity, always wanting to seek like some answers. How does this like happens? Because in sometimes a lot of people would just like get like something or anything, they'll just like use it, but they are not gonna be able like to question, to be like, how does this one really work? But for me, I really wanted to know. The other reason is that if I have like something, I need to understand how it works, because sometimes if it breaks, then I can be able like to put it back together. I can be able like to fix. I think that was also like one way that was always like trying to inspire me to learn, to be always asking questions of how things work.
I can imagine when you're small, you know how babies usually ask parents, why is that? Why is that? You must have been asking them that the whole time.
Most of the time, like the question, like trying to say why and how is that like working. It's like sometimes we just like, as kids, they're always like trying to be able like to understand. So for me, that was also like part of it. Like I need like to know. I need like to find out like how exactly this one is like working, and what is the reason behind it.
So how did the idea to build a windmill come about? Did an apple also fall on your head?
So for the idea to build the windmill, in 2000 to 2001, as I told you like earlier, that my parents are farmers. We depend on like growing. We grow a lot of like maize that we eat for our many like meal. And the problem with like farming, you're gonna face like so many challenges sometimes, especially if you don't have enough fertilizer to apply, or if you don't plant proper seeds. Those are like some of the challenges that farmers like face in Malawi. And so in the 2000 to 2001 growing season, we experienced some drought. As the result, the crop died. People only harvested the quarter amount of what they are hoping, so they had to live up on that quarter amount to feed their families. And my family wasn't spared. It was also like badly affected by the situation. Because of that like situation, we ran out of food. And that time, it was the time that I was supposed to start a secondary school. So high school in Malawi, you have to pay for school fees, but primary schools are for free. So because of the situation, my parents couldn't even afford to pay for my tuition. So I was forced to drop out of school. When I had to drop out of school, I looked at my father and looking the area surrounding him, seeing like his future. He's a farmer, and I didn't want to become like him. I didn't want to become a farmer. If you know that somebody is gonna laugh at you and you are trying to build something, you are just gonna be you just gonna to give up. But I think for me it was the either if I fail, I'm not like the first person to fail. But I think also I understand when people were laughing at me that it's because they didn't know what windmill it was I was just thinking the same way that I don't know what people were thinking. When the first time when the Light brothers were trying to say that we're gonna build a flying machine, something that is gonna be flying. People might be like, "Are you insane? How are you gonna be able to build that?" So that that's one thing that I was just thinking that maybe because people don't know, and then I shouldn't be giving up because of that.
Oh, that's a very good point, because obviously when you come up with ideas, in your head it's very firm. And obviously you think people think like how you think, but they don't.
Yeah, it's people they're no, that's that won't work. That's kind of weird. But I mean, you have the idea. So if you are not gonna try it, nobody's gonna try it, and even if you fail, you are not gonna know the end result of your idea if you don't do anything about it. But if you're gonna try it and if you fail, that's not the end of everything, because you fail, you learn something from what you fail, and you know that doesn't work. But if you don't try, then you are not gonna know what you are missing out or what you are not missing out.
Nice.
So it can work both ways.
We're putting that as your quote. If you're not gonna try, you don't know what you're missing out.
Yeah.
So William, I'm sure you probably failed many times. What would you say is your biggest failure?
I felt so many times with some of my project. This one of the project that it has very interesting history with me. When I first made the windmill and it was working, a lot of people were asking me how can you use the power from your windmill to cook food. So, but the power that my windmill was generating was too small than the power that is required to use for the cooker. So that couldn't work.
Hey Head Starter, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. Check out the playlist for other parts of the episode. If you want to watch the full episode as a podcast, then check out the links below. Oh, and remember to subscribe. That's awkward.